This is the Scott Heavy Duty Tab Cutter. It cuts out the tab form, as you can see here. It cuts out in various depths depending on the set of knives and is very easy to change and very easy to set up. We will begin by showing you basic setup and operation of the machine. The Heavy Duty Tab Cutter consists of a large work table, 2 table clamps, foot pedal, paper trigger switch, the selector switch located underneath the machine, air lubricator system, and a set of cutting dies. To operate the tab cutter, first turn on the air and then the selector switch. Feed the paper directly into the knives, pull it back, and you completed your first tab. To set up the tab size for the Heavy Duty Tab Cutter, first turn the selector switch to the middle off position, then turn the air off. Lift the table up. Using your layout sheet or your tab sample, your tabs will go from the point of tangency of the radius into the straight of the long knife into the same area on the short knife, and as seen here, our tab itself is set larger than what we want to do. So our procedure is to move the knife, short knife, into that size. Loosen up the lower knife. Using the layout sheet, position the layout sheet on the long knife and move the lower knife, the shorter knife, into position and lightly tighten the screw so it doesn't move. Loosen the 2 screws that hold the upper knife. Slide that into position. Keep the height of the short knife the same as the height of the long knife and tighten the holder. Then loosen the screw that you tightened before. Position the knife so that the straight edges are against each other. Slide the knife so that the form matches. Raise the knife up, lower it back down, hold the knife straight down, and tighten the 2 screws. Raise it up again and lower it. Make sure that the knife does not hit. I'll check the size one more time. It looks good. Now I can lower my table, turn the selector switch to the on position, turn the air on, take a sheet and compare that sheet with your layout, and if it's good, like this one is good, then we're good to go as far as the tab size goes. If not, we'd have to adjust the knife back or forth to make it the correct size. The next step is to set up the tab position. You want to turn the selector switch back off again so you do not activate the knives. Take your layout sheet, place it all the way up into the machine, and move the table so that the 2 lines correspond to the proper cutting areas up in the knife. Lock the table clamps down. Turn the selector switch back on. Take another piece of paper. Jog the 2 against the side guide, and we are a little bit off. I would need to move the paper just a little bit more this way or move the table this way. So loosen my clamps. Move the table just a little. And since this paper is wrong, I'm just going to use the opposite side. And I actually went the wrong way. I needed to move the table that way. So I'll do that again. Lock the clamps back down. Then I can run all that tab position. To run the next tab position, I would do the same thing. Loosen the clamps, turn the switch off, reposition the table, try the sheet, and then go. To operate the tab cutter with the foot pedal, put the selector switch into the foot pedal position, take your paper, slide it into the knife area, depress the foot switch, pull the paper back, release it. The only maintenance on the tab cutter is adjusting the air pressure to 60 pounds, putting oil in the lubricator unit, Mobil DTE24, adjusting the oil flow rate for 1 drop every 20 to 30 cycles of the machine, and draining any condensation buildup from the air filter by opening the petcock on the bottom. This completes the operation and maintenance for the Scott Heavy Duty Tab Cutter. If you have any further questions, please contact the Service Department at Scott Office Systems.